Hi, my name is Mikenzy, and I just finished the 90-day with Marcy. And one of the biggest things for me coming to this was that I always felt like I was disconnected from my friends and family, and that I wanted somebody to rescue me, and I realized that I need to rescue myself first, and then it just kind of all shifted, and everything was broken down into layers until I finally got to the real me. And using the tools with Marcy, I was able to build back up to the person that I want to be instead of the person who I was. So,
what do you feel like shifted for you as far as nutrition, Kens? Because nutrition seemed to be a huge barrier for you in your life before.
Nutrition was a big thing. I was never really into the healthy eating, and I was always on the go, so
What was the belief right there? The belief that you were always on the go and you were never into healthy eating. What was the belief behind healthy eating before?
That it took a lot of time, and I didn't
taste
have
good.
it. It didn't taste good. But once I started planning and found out that I could grab stuff that was healthy and that was quick.
And delicious.
Yes, it was nice because I didn't feel like I had that trap anymore.
And how have you shifted in? I think for you also, we realized when you would have certain emotions or things come up, one of your behaviors and patterns, you would try to fill up a feeling with food, right? And you told me that shifted huge for you. What's your experience now when something shows up in life that normally would put you into a pattern of sabotage or using food? What do you do now?
Yeah, I was an emotional eater by far. That was like my big thing. And even now, I feel once in a while, I'll feel really overwhelmed, and I want to go back to the food, but instead of getting
pulled into that,
I can kind of take a step back, and journaling, that's saved my bacon a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Is that I just journal out my thoughts and then kind of go
ask
through
yourself the right questions, right?
and ask, why am I feeling this way, just what's bringing me to that, and then what do I need to learn from this and to be able to move on forward.
And then what's your experience you actually create instead of just suppressing the emotion and going to sabotage?
There's more of a resolution versus
so you actually move forward and creating what you want.
Yeah.
That's the experience.
Yeah, so creating a better life versus holding back all the time and resorting to food.
So what would you say to anybody else who maybe was in the same place you were before?
It was a very big blanket for me, a security blanket, and it made me feel really depressed because I knew that I was always going to that food because it was a comfort, but yet I didn't feel good about myself. And so having the tools to be able to go through and kind of, I don't know, what's the word? Dissect it and just say, why am I feeling this way? What do I want to create? How do I get there? And it just is amazing. And to feel that instead of the stuck part. And
what you just described is your shift from awareness to creating change, which most people just go, I'm aware that I feel like crap. I'm aware that I sabotage. I'm aware that I totally think someday I'll eventually get to this space, but you never create a change. And now, literally, Kens, what would you say to people in trying to give them that reason to create change for themselves, to step through the fear? Because it was huge fear for you to even do this, right?
Yeah,
Tons of opposition and fear showed up.
Yeah, it was a big fear to even just do this. But for encouragement, it's a big sense of relief, and you don't have this constant pressure, and you feel like you can make your own decisions and that you're in control of yourself, because with that food as your comfort blanket, you're not in control, you're relying on that. So by shifting it and realizing what's coming up for you, you're allowing yourself to be in control versus letting the food and everything else in your emotions be in control.
So how's your life different?
Oh, it's so much better. I'm happy. I don't get up in the morning and go, oh my gosh, okay, maybe at 5:30 in the morning. But
whatever, you get to hear at 5:15. Let's get real.
Right, 5:15. So, but I feel like me again. I don't feel like a person that always has to pretend to be something and show up for somebody. I can actually show up for somebody any way I want to and know that I'm perfect in what I want.
And you are perfect. Thanks for sharing, babes.
You're welcome.